There's a major enforcement action, by the way, today in the cryptocurrency space. I want to go to Eamon Javers right now in Washington with the very latest. Eamon.
Scott, that's right. Take a live look now here at the Department of Justice, where you see the Attorney General Merrick Garland is now standing next to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. The picture you are seeing here is unprecedented. We have not seen this Attorney General and this Secretary of the Treasury do a joint press conference before today. And the reason is because of the scale of the alleged criminality that they are announcing here in this deal with Binance. Binance, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, the DOJ says has pleaded guilty today and agreed to pay over $4 billion to resolve allegations related to violations of the Bank Secrecy Act, failure to register as a money transmitting business, and violations of the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, those in relation to U.S. sanctions. They're also saying here that as an individual, Binance's founder and chief executive, Changpeng Zhao, a Canadian national, also pleaded guilty to failing to maintain an effective anti-money laundering program, violation of the Bank Secrecy Act, and he has now resigned as the CEO of Binance. A couple of other details here. Merrick Garland says that using new technology to break the law does not make you a disruptor. It makes you a criminal. We've also got some information here, Scott, from the Department of Treasury. This is the largest enforcement action in the history of the Treasury Department. And you get a sense of why that is when you read the specifics of what the Treasury is laying out here in terms of alleged criminal activity that took place on Binance that Binance did not inform the U.S. government about over a period of years. They're saying that Binance never once filed a suspicious activity report with the U.S. Treasury. That's something that's pretty standard in the financial industry, not being done in the crypto space. They say as a result, terrorist financing took place on the Binance exchange, including for groups like Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Hamas, and others. They're saying that ransomware was paid for on the Binance exchange. They're saying that child sexual abuse materials were paid for on the Binance exchange. Binance never reported transactions with websites devoted to selling child sexual abuse materials. They're also saying that all sorts of illegal activity, including drug purchases, were transferred on the exchange through darknet markets, scams, and other illicit activity. All of that is the reason why the Treasury Department is now imposing monitoring on Binance, which will get active reports inside the firm to understand what's going on in real time. Monitoring has never been done before in the cryptocurrency space. We have seen that in other criminal allegations in corporate America. This will be a first for the crypto space. And there also is an important detail here, Scott, which they're calling the SAR look back. SAR is, again, the suspicious activity report. The Treasury Department is going to get a look back at suspicious activity that took place historically on Binance. So they're going to get intelligence on all sorts of alleged criminal and terrorist transactions that took place on that exchange going back for years. It will be a treasure trove for U.S. investigators, U.S. intelligence, U.S. law enforcement, and the rest as they pour through all those transactions and try to make connections between all those various groups and follow the money going back years here, Scott. So a real historic announcement that we're witnessing from Merrick Garland and Janet Yellen right now.
Appreciate that very much. Eamon Javers live in Washington, D.C. for us. Also want to bring in Kate Rooney, who, as you know, follows the crypto space. Kate, I want you to talk to me about the broader fallout here, as well as the tremendous fall from grace for not only CZ, but just this space in general. Obviously coming on the heels of FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, the trial that you covered just blocks from where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah, Scott, this is enormous. CZ really was a global leader in this space. I do want to read you a statement. We just got a tweet or an X from CZ. Here he says he stepped down as CEO of Binance. Admittedly, it was not easy to let go emotionally, he says. It was the right thing to do. He says here, I made mistakes and I must take responsibility. It's best for the community, Binance, and myself. He says that Richard Teng, who is the global head of regional markets, he has been named officially as the new CEO of Binance today. He says here he's a qualified leader, talks about his experience in financial services, and that he was the CEO of Financial Services Regulatory Authority in Abu Dhabi. So familiar with regulators here. He says, as a shareholder and former CEO, I will remain available to the team to consult as needed, consistent with the framework set out in our U.S. agency resolutions. He says, what's next? He's going to take a break. He says he has not had a single day off, phone off break for the last 6.5 years. Long statement here, Scott. But he says at the end, funds are SAFU, which is basically funds are safe. But again, stunning fall from grace for CZ, the head of the largest crypto exchange, the founder, former head of Binance. But it comes after you had Sam Bankman-Fried being found guilty to 7 criminal counts. You had the Winklevoss twins. You had another crypto exchange, Kraken, getting sued by the SEC just yesterday. So this is the latest salvo by major U.S. regulator going after this industry. I will say the reaction I'm getting from investors, those in the crypto space, is actually pretty optimistic. They're saying this was the last shoe to drop. This was the big uncertainty hanging over these markets, and that if it can survive something like this happening, CZ getting taken out as the CEO of this company, that there's a lot of optimism that maybe this is now priced in. They know what the price tag is in terms of the resolution, the plea deal here. Binance is not shutting down. It now makes up about 30% of global volume. It was 80% at one point. But that worst case scenario of Binance needing to shut down is not happening. So there's a little bit of optimism here, despite this being objectively negative news. So interesting take there from some market participants, Scott.
Yeah, appreciate that very much. Kate Rooney, thank you. Kate Rooney, Eamon Javers, both reporting on this development out of Washington and the implications for the broader cryptocurrency industry.